do you like taking care of the other bits that come from production, the paperwork and the logistics?
No, I have our people.
That you don't
See,
get.
CEO of Fahadh Faasil and Friends, Mohsen is there. So many people are there to all do all this
They
work.
do all the grind
I'll just
work.
be like, hey, get those papers. Camera has been like a part of my life, and I've never seen it like an external day. There's not a day that goes by on my Instagram without a tag about how great Ante was. That is an amazing satisfaction where you're like, I knew it. I knew it.
Hi Nazriya.
Hi.
Welcome to THR India.
Thank you, Vishal.
The first note that I've made when I was preparing questions for you is to not use the word come back anywhere. Okay, so if I use the word come back, you can,
Yeah,
you can
okay.
stop.
What can I do?
You can get up and go. Okay.
Done.
But this is a movie you've done 2 years after you did your previous movie. When you go back on the sets, right, after this 2-year, 3-year breaks, that first day, do you get like a kind of nervousness like you were doing the first film first day?
Not like the first film, first day, that kind of nervousness, but every time I go back on a set, because I go after a while, I'm like thinking, start camera, rolling, action. This is only the order now also, no? But otherwise, I don't know why when, the minute they say action, I feel like...
Back home.
Yeah, like it doesn't feel like,
What about the skill set, when you talk about acting and when you're preparing, that after you've said yes to the film, the script is with you and all that, do you feel like, okay, this is what I would have done, now should I try something different? Has acting changed?
No, I believe, as older you get, there's a sense of another kind of perspective or growth and all that, that comes along on the way. So definitely that way, you're thinking little more or, thinking for the character or, in what direction. So, our perspectives have changed. You're growing older. So in that way, I think there has been like an improvement as an actor or, yeah, for sure. Do I prepare a lot before going on the set? Definitely I have an idea about what I'm going to go there and do. I have an idea, but I'm not fixed on something. I still like to go there, get on the set, jam with my director and my co-actors, see, how we can do it. And then, yeah, my preparation happens probably more on a set.
But Fahadh said you do a lot of homework. You guys will be talking about something random and then in the middle you'll interrupt him and kind of say, character nahi hona chahiye.
Yeah,
that
because
happens.
that happens because me and Fahadh, like, we don't sit and talk about cinema. We'll be talking like, something like casually and suddenly I'll be like, but that character, I think, it would be interesting if I do something like this, because something that we were talking about would have taken me, suddenly to that space. So it's definitely when I'm playing characters, more than homework, I think during those few months,
it's always on the
it's always there. And I'm little bit that character. Yeah.
But because, let's say, in the 2010-11, that phase, you're doing 5-6 movies a year, right? So it's like, not just, of course, you love the movie, but there's also work and then it's happening very constantly.
Actually, that's not true. I never did 5-6 films a year.
Then, in
no.
4-5 films a year? No? Okay.
I've never been like, I think, because I worked like, when I started doing as a heroine and I worked continuously for 2 years only. And I got like, married and got then like, so people just think, I've done a lot of films during those years. But it was only 2 years, like,
But that's the impact, right? Because that's what, like, even when I was looking at your filmography, then I was looking at Manju Chechi's filmography.
I think I've done 14 films till now.
That's
like,
what.
Only.
Even Manju Chechi, when I interviewed her, it feels like she's done 100 movies, right? But she done 19 movies. That's it.
Yeah.
When she made a comeback.
Yeah.
Comeback, sorry.
not
in your context. Okay. Yeah. But at least now when you're doing one film 2 years or 3 years, how long does it take for you to think about the script and, before you say yes, is it a very complicated decision now compared to earlier?
Quite frankly, Vishal, it's not like, I've planned these breaks or I'm like, I'm going to take so much time and only then I'll do my next. It's about, what I hear and what interests me now. Like, for me to step out of my house and do, go for so many months, like feel like I want to tell those stories now. It's never planned that 2 years this break, or that's how it came to me. And it's not like every other day I'm sitting and listening to scripts, or it's coming my way, or any of that. When I hear whatever comes my way, and I pick that spark when I pick that one.
Yeah. And then Sookshmadarshini, it was that? When you listen to the script, was it immediately yes?
Yes, it was immediately yes. First narration, by the end of the narration, it was yes. Yeah. For me, Sookshmadarshini, I think, is one of those films I wanted to be a part of because I knew I would be really proud about it. Like the subject that it discusses, the content and everything. I want to be a part of this film because I know I'll be very proud about it. That I chose this story, or and nobody will ask me why she chose this after 3 years. So that, confidence I have with this film.
But see, I haven't seen the trailer, but from generally what I've spoken about, like people in the industry and all that, what I'm hoping for is the fun comedy Nazriya. Will we get to see a little bit of that in this?
A little bit of that, obviously, yes.
Okay.
But you'll get to see more, I think.
Yeah.
Than fun comedy. But that you'll get to see. Definitely, that is there in the film. Yeah.
Because that is the thing, like when you did Om Shanthi and Raja Rani and all that fun element.
That like kind of quirkiness or bubbliness or active. Priyadarshini is also a lot.
That's a character.
Yeah. Priyadarshini, her name is. Priya is also a lot, very active, bubbly, energetic girl. Yeah. That will be there.
Bubbly, yeah.
That will be there.
Okay, what are some of the terms, at least when directors came to narrate scripts to you, what were some of the terms, like you mentioned bubbly, what are the other adjectives that they used to use to describe your characters? Has that changed now?
You know what I love about, one of the best things and the most common things directors have come and told me, Nazriya Pole. They don't even say bubbly, Nazriya Pole. I'm like, okay, that is interesting, but what do you mean?
But have you heard that outside of movies? Because when people describe people in real life, they say this now. Nazriya Polta Kuttiya. They say that. It's not just a character thing or a movie related thing. Even outside, Kuttiya Bangalore Padikya, Nazriya Polya.
Yeah, I think I'm great. I'm very grateful and blessed when they say that. That means, I'm like every other common girl. Like I'm a very relatable, that kind of a person.
No, fun-loving.
So,
chill. Yeah.
One piece pieces.
So, how do you talk about this particular character? Is there a Nazriya Polta character?
Yes, she's like a cutest kitten, Priyadarshini. So that I'm also like, the way she sees things in minute detail, or her, she sees things that others might just pass by. That's her vision. So she's that kind of a girl. She's the cutest kitten, and she watches everything very closely. And sometimes it works out for her. Sometimes it gets her into trouble. So, yeah.
Is that how it is for you in real life as well, when you're curious?
Yeah. There's good and bad to it. Yeah, so, and like I said, she's a very relatable girl. She lives in a community with her friends and family. And there, Basil's character and his family comes as neighbors. And what changes...
Oh, you guys are not a couple in the... Okay, you guys are not going to tell me anything. No?
You will have to wait and watch.
Okay. But tell me about this particular thing. Basil, wasn't around when you started acting, right? He's now like a big deal. And,
Basil, are you hearing this?
Yeah, he's kind of a new actor. It's like a sensation in that sense.
Yeah.
How was it to kind of, when you guys work with him, especially in that comic kind of a thing, is it a very different kind of space? Because his comedy is something else. No, it's very like, very, what do you call it?
I think you guys will be very interested to see Basil in this film. Like now that you say.
It's not.
Basil, working with Basil, so a lot of common friends used to keep telling, even before me and Basil met, we want to see when you guys have to work with each other. And then we met. We're on the same energy level or the same kind of...
even outside, even when you're not shooting. Okay.
So meeting Basil was fun. It was almost like meeting, another my kind of person, like, how he works or how he functions or how seriously he takes things or, the spirit, basically. So it was great working with him. Yeah, and he's a new actor.
No, yeah, 4-5 years maybe, yeah. But you mentioned how you are not a method actor, right? You work, I mean, Fahadh is a method actor. I mean, I don't know if you can call it that, but closest thing to call it is method acting. When you meet other actors on the sets and when you kind of listen to their process, and you are such a natural, I mean, which is what we feel, that there's no nervousness. You're very, like, even when the camera starts shooting, I'm pretty sure it's the same as when the camera's not running and stuff like that. When you meet the other kind of actors, do you keep asking them to understand what they do differently, how different it is for them in their head? Have you ever felt like
those actors don't let me be next to them. They'll be like, you go far. We're preparing ourselves. You will do all these jokes and you'll go do your action.
So they look at you like...
I don't have, because I see Fahadh. I see the process. I don't ask them. You can see it very obviously. So I don't
Have you been
like
tempted to try that? Like, what is the deal with this? Have you at least been curious in that sense?
I mean, I'm sure at some point as an actor, of course you've tried it. I'm sure, like, you try, but, it works differently for each actor, I believe. The process, the method, how, is it going on in your head? Is it going on in your body physically? Or, it's different for each actor, I feel. So for me, I'm sure, yeah, I've tried, like, catching the character and sitting and all, but this works.
What happened? Was that for trance?
Yeah, I did it only for a few hours, clearly, because I cannot remember. But it's not the way it works for me. Like, I don't function like that. I need to hear that action. Like, even like when we have workshops or rehearsals, before the take or whatever, I always tell my directors, this is not the complete version, that when you say action, I pull.
I'll 30% more.
Yeah, so each to their own.
Yeah. But when did you kind of... Is this also because of how comfortable you are in front of the camera?
I think so, because when I'm not, when I... like, yeah, now probably little bit you'll check, okay, you look decent or whatever, but I'm never conscious about cameras there, so I don't get worked up. I don't get tense. Like, even when I'm sitting here and talking, I just feel like we're talking. Now, when you say camera, I'm like, okay, there's 3 going on. So that has really helped me, I think. It can be because of my TV background or stage or whatever. The camera has been like a part of my life, and I've never seen it like an external thing. So that has helped me definitely as an actor. But to prepare or not prepare has nothing to do with, my not having a camera fear. And obviously, like, there is preparation going on.
Of course. Yeah,
it's not like...
I mean, you
no
don't...
spontaneous actor is actually, like, you can't say spontaneous actor. What do you mean by, like, your scene, right? So you're going to the set, scene, they have given you a scene, and you're going. So we're not making up the lines, so that
Correct.
So how you enact it is probably, like, when there's a surrounding and all. I think I'm that actor. I need that surrounding. That really in that moment is when, I crack and unfold.
And you don't like prompting?
Right? I can't do prompting.
In Telugu, how did you manage?
I dubbed also, no?
Yeah. So you
I
learned.
I had actually a tutor,
trainer,
and I sat with her, and I used to know my lines perfectly before I reached set. Because for me, as an actor, what works is having confidence.
Yeah.
And if I don't know my lines, I don't have it at all. So one thing I always do is I know my lines. And then, yeah, you can play around with it. So.
But when you're at that level, on the sets or whatever, you're able to be spontaneous and you also know the scene and the dialogues and all that. What kind of actor complements that perfectly? What if the other actor is not as confident as you are or not too comfortable with improvising? Does it kind of rattle your the mood at that time? Or would you prefer somebody who's
no,
like an
not
actor
really.
like you
actually, it makes opens up another perspective. Actually, as an actor, for me, when somebody like what I had thought and kept is not at all what that other person is. So then you start thinking that way also, right? Then I think, yeah, that's how. Then you are like, okay, maybe I should try on those lines as well. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't work, and you speak and
figure it out.
Yeah, like, and Yeah, and that's how it is. Been working, like, is it, for me, if you ask me, are you more comfortable working with a method actor or the other actor? Both are amazing.
Anyway, you won't have a choice in those kind of things.
Yeah,
right?
no, so I'm saying, like, but how does it help you? Like, improvising or not improvising, all that I think only helps. Any methods only help.
Correct,
Yeah, on a set or to crack a scene, I feel.
Yeah. But can you tell me a little bit about that preparation that goes in? After you've heard the character, after there's probably 2-3 months before the shoot starts, right? In that phase, you said that it's always constantly in the back of your mind. But what is it? Are you constantly with the script and you're taking down things?
Not like that. Constantly, like, probably.
Do you talk about the character a lot?
Like, if I go through situations or something reminds me of something from this film or, situations, then I talk about it. Like, until I get to the set or until I'm working on that film. Like, or if I listen to a song, suddenly I'd be like, yeah, I think this is the kind of mood for Sookshma. So that way, and preparations in the sense, I'm not sitting and learning my lines, especially for Malayalam, I don't do it at all because I don't have to. I'm very comfortable with the language. I mean, I know the language as well, so you know the meaning and everything. So I don't have to learn my lines like that. I just try to see if she is supposed to have a particular slang little bit or, physically how she needs to. More than that, I don't suddenly go and chop my hair or, I only do that kind of preparation because the other preparation I like to do it with my team than single. I don't.
When you meet people who you feel are similar to the character, do you try to take things from them? Like observe and then particularly like learn things from that person because it suits the character? Anything like that?
Every character I think that I've done in my life is 100% people I've seen or picked it up from or me. Yeah, 100%.
And do they know? Do you tell them?
No.
Are you good at
They have told me. I felt like you
took
picked
this from
up
me,
this from me.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you think so.
What is it? It's like a quirk or like a swabhavam? Like a...
No, every character or, every character I play or every story you've heard and seen somewhere or it's not like...
Yeah, of course.
So it's only like that. You watch people and you think, okay, this girl might be like that. She might have a character like that. Small things, but nothing like...
Do you mimic, like, do you imitate people in your family?
No, Fahadh does.
Imitates you?
Everybody.
But you also do, right? When you narrate stories, when you're trying to, like, for instance, when you're talking about Nani, you automatically talk in Nani's voice to say that joke.
Yeah, I just tease my friends a lot, I think.
Yeah, so it's a different accent for that.
Yeah, a little bit. But Fahadh does a brilliant job. Sometimes I keep telling him, you're supposed to be a mimicry artist, not actor.
He imitates you?
He imitates everybody correctly, I feel. Okay. He knows the language they speak. He's a very good observer. I think that's why catches.
Is that how we caught the Edamone? It's a myth now. I don't know what
Edamone it was always written by Jithu in the script and all that. So we used to have our Vesham time. We used to have a wall with all our completed scenes, charts. So we used to cross every day. And so one random day I crossed, okay, this days is over. And I'm like, Adamone. So it was the accent that came like, I used to keep saying Adamone. Every day I go to Jithin, I'm like, Adamone. So the accent came from that. But Edamone, it was always written by Jithin.
Where did you get that from? Any idea?
I don't know. Mone. You say it, no? It's an accent that you've heard before, right? Boys say Mone. So I'm like, Adamone. It became like that.
I think in an old interview...
And Fahadh, I know this character and the story from beginning. No, I always knew that, he's little Kannadiga, speaking Malu, like that kind. So everything like, it became like that. Actually, Mammootty Uncle's one film is there.
I know.
That he says Mavane or something like that. I think from there and all it...
Or the older one, the 90...
I'm not sure which one.
I think, yeah.
So like that and all, I think this tone has stuck, Mona and all of that has stuck in my head somewhere, and then I used to simply keep saying, Mona.
And you get involved in films, even the films that you're producing. Involvement is the same from you, no? Because I remember Mahesh had telling me that that see you soon time, you are like an ED on the sets.
See you soon. Everybody had to do every work. It was during the lockdown.
Yeah, it is in your building, right?
Yeah.
And even Raju Ettan, I think, said in an interview that he wanted to take you as the co-director.
Brother, where is that opportunity of
Lucifer's
mine?
going on. If you want, you can just...
Anytime I can join as an AD, I know that.
But are you interested in that part? Because I think, I also feel like...
I really like actually cracking a scene and, working towards it. I don't know what you call it, AD. But I don't know, ADs, they do a lot of work. I don't know if I'll be able to run around and do like how they do, but I really love the creative jamming side of sitting and doing that.
Can you give me an example with this film, where you got involved with the director and you were able to crack maybe a scene or a character or something like that?
I think every scene almost, let it be the writer Libin, Atul or MC director. Every scene we used to talk, and I think has like, we're like, okay, maybe the way it's going, maybe we should do it like this. Change it, not exactly what was on papers. There are so many sequences we've reordered and, thought, maybe it should come before, after. So that way, a lot of, I think, with particular, like I can't say no, so I can't say a scene.
And the climax,
and I'm the worst. So my friends keep teasing me. We ask you a story, you'll be like, so the climax is, and then I'll go behind. So I don't want to spill that out, but every day almost has been a journey like that, where we have all sat together before going and rolling a scene and discuss like, so how should we, like, every day has been like
Have you ever thought of writing like scenes or like a script, or do you even think in ideas that way as a plot and stuff like that?
No, actually, frankly, I don't know if I have that talent. But if something is given, I like, I feel like, this should be taken like this or that way. Till now, ideas like, no, not really. I have not.
So even when you're saying yes to a script that comes your way now, does it come from that same space? Like when you said yes, maybe 10, 15 years ago, are you thinking along the same lines, or has the priorities changed a lot?
No, pretty much the same.
It has to be an interesting idea.
When I'm hearing a narration, or I'm really not thinking about other stuff. I'm only thinking about that film and saying yes, and then I deal with the rest of the issues. So that has been my that spark one thing, and then I go for it and then figure out the rest. Like when I was committing my first Telugu film, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know the language. I don't follow the language, but I love the script so much. I said yes, and then I'm like, okay, now we have to deal with a lot.
I have to learn a language.
I have to learn a language.
Yeah.
So that initial spark, I don't look at the language. I don't, it's just that story and that spark. That pattern has been always that.
But I want to ask you
right
about
films,
Ante.
wrong films, all.
It's a lovely film, okay? I haven't seen a film. Honestly, I felt a little jealous that movie wasn't made in Malayalam when I saw it at that time. And it's a film people love, and he made another movie with the same star because people love that movie. And you, of course, did a great job, and the movie is great. When that kind of a movie, when you make a movie, you can't do anything more than that. And when that doesn't do well, the critics have loved it. The audience now, in hindsight, is saying they love it.
Why didn't they go then?
Exactly. What do you feel?
I don't question it more than a day. I do it on the release day, and I leave it. Because we audience, you can't question them. End of the day, we're making the film for them. So if they're saying you can only listen, but back of your head, you know the film. You know your film, and you know it's the timing, or the mood. You're just like, why? But even till today, people discuss Ante. Every day, there's not a day that goes by on my Instagram without a tag about how great Ante was. So that is an amazing satisfaction where you're like, I knew it. I knew it. And it's one of the films that I'm most proud of,
But the disappointment is only for that one or 2 days.
For me, Because because from the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, people are still talking about it. So I know it's not, it's not like even till today, they're talking about it. So that I'm like, okay, Little late to the party, but
you have some skill in this, because even when you said you did only 9 movies, one movie is with Atlee. He's a pretty famous director. Then Balaji Mohan, became a big director. Anjali Menon, Then who else? Every director. Alphonse Putra.
I believed in the right.
So did you have like a skill to spot these talents before like the industry could in some way? Like when you met them, did you sense it, or is it just instinct?
So I
trust
always
this guy.
tell, in a narration or, when I'm sitting, for me, it's very important that my director talks to me. I crack from there, like if we can, or are we like, it's not even like what's written for me. Let it be with Alphonse or, Alphonse Etten or any of Anjali Chechi or
Jude,
it's absolutely been better than what we always discussed when we went there and cracked. Yeah. So that's Let It Be with Vivek also. I remember Vivek's Ante's director's films I've not seen before I committed. So for me, it's like I'm committing a new director's film because I've not watched this film when I was committing. So there's one I really like to trust. I want to trust. Like, and all these directors have really wanted to cast me for that particular role. So if they can trust me like that, I have to. And if I don't go on with the film. So did I support all these people? No, I think I first believed in them. I was one among those people who believed in them first.
But you're like, this, they can do it. They can pull it off. That confidence
Definitely, is there. Because I'm completely a director's actor. If I don't have the confidence that they can pull it off, I'll not go. Because I need a lot of help as an actor. Like, you have to like direct me.
But you're also like a pretty big deal producer. So
yeah.
200 crore movies this year, like what to do.
Sure.
Is that a different skill set completely?
I think so. But it helps, your creative side helps in being a different kind of producer, in a producer that is more comfortable for the creative people as well. You understand a little more why a little more time is needed there, or why they need this one extra. I'm not saying, of course, all there are amazing producers, but I'm saying how because I am a creative person as well. I think that helps for us, for our films and our production house. It really helps, and I'm sure every other actor, let it be Dulquer, Bam, Prithvi, everybody will say the same.
Do you like taking care of the other bits that comes with production, the paperwork and the logistics?
No, I have our people.
That you don't
get. CEO of Fahadh Faasil and Friends, Mohsen is there. So many people are there to all do all this.
They do all the grind
I'll just be like, hey, get those papers.
Okay, now let's go to something.
They have a great team.
Some lighter questions, okay. You mentioned how, I think, I forget which film Fahadh was shooting for, but I think Bangalore Days. I mean, you guys started dating around that time, so...
Look at you, you're blushing for saying dating.
It was a long time back, okay.
Dating time.
Yeah, so at that time, of course, when he's in that boyfriend zone or whatever, of course, he's like lovey-dovey and chill and all that. But then second he goes into that character, he's that guy, like...
Yeah. Oh God, the months I went through.
What is this guy, dealing with him? Has that changed now? Has he become slightly, better at separating work and home?
100%, yeah. But I think he doesn't have that option anymore to come home with a lot of, because we've reached a middle space now.
Yeah.
And I think as everybody grew, I think he wants to, it's not just about cinema now for him. He wants to do a lot of other things. Like, I see like 10 years back, probably it was all about cinema, but now it's not like that.
Okay, which film when he was shooting for was he most like scary to be around? As in like he's only in that character. Kumbalangi?
Oh no, Shammi and all, if he comes home like that, he'll get from me. He'll not come like that. Not Kumbalangi. I think
maybe.
For me, I think it was Joji. He wouldn't come like that, but it's you can't. Joji is that character itself, that guy itself. You can't see it like that. But I'm not saying he was like that.
I know.
But that you couldn't read if he was still in the character or not.
But was he like super chill when he's doing the Satyananda Card movies and all that?
Oh, he's
Chill,
the
like.
chillest doing Satyarthan's films. It's like picnic for him. He loves going. He'll go and he's 6 o'clock. Satyarthan also will wrap up, like, he'll come back and it'll mostly be in Kochi. He loves. He keeps telling me always, and tension I work in a Satyananda Card film. So that is, yeah.
What is the opposite? What is his favorite performance of yours?
I don't know.
You'll
have to say all. I mean, last what I did and what we... I remember he continuously keeps talking to me about one scene from Kude that he loves. So maybe...
Do you remember which scene?
I remember the scene. There's a scene where I'm in the hospital admitted and my friends come to meet me. And Roshan's character is who I have a crush and all that. And he completely ignores me. And on the hospital bed, that scene. And Fahadh keeps telling me, oh, that scene. That he's spoken a lot about that one. Yeah.
And what do you say?
Ante and everything he speaks about, but this he's spoken more than a time, I think. One time.
It's a very interesting kind of character, no? The character in Kude. And it's like, from the outside, it's Prithviraj and Nazriya. Nazriya is the sister, but you're the stronger person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
he gains strength from Jenny. Like, he becomes the stronger person because of her. Yeah.
Yeah. So very...
It's very beautiful film, yeah.
Which is one of your characters that you feel is like Nazriya Paul, which is not at all Nazriya Paul.
Not at all Nazriya Paul is my character.
Trans maybe, no?
Like trans, yeah, obviously. But trans still has that, like, she's very outgoing and all that, has little bit to do with my character. She's very, like, outgoing. She's very, like, I think, Vayamudi Pesum, Samsaram Arogyathana Hanigaram.
Technically, yeah, correct.
I am not like that girl at all. She hardly opens her mouth. She's like, I am that girl. I think I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how is that part? Like when I was preparing for this interview and I was thinking, one thing I can't picture is how Nazriya will be when she's super angry and how Nazriya will be when she's super upset. In real life, not in movies. How are you in these contexts?
Trust me, everybody will know if I'm upset or this thing. Immediately it'll show on me.
The room can read that, no?
Yeah, I don't get like... I'm not that kind of a person, but... Yeah, a room can read very clearly if I'm upset. It'll show on me.
But no like anger and all that?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I don't...
I have to ask more.
I'm just like, no, I don't get angry like that. Yeah, I say some things like, because generally I have a different tone. Like I'm always laughing and talking. So if my tone changes even a little bit, people are like,
what's wrong?
I'll be like, hey, if I give that only, they're like, okay. So I don't really get angry or like that.
Yeah, that's what. But finally, like, even I think you mentioned this before about, of course, when you're doing movies, you say yes, and the process of working in movies makes you very happy, right? That's why you do it, especially now, not like, like what do you call it? You have to do 200 movies or anything.
Or
like
I have
that.
to be a star. I have to do continuously these.
But even otherwise, you were never into that.
That
positioning.
Or like how many films a year. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that you always had. But then now, especially, you don't have to do that. But when you talk about the life, the home life, or setting up the house and doing the regular things, even that gives you equal amounts of joy and happiness, right? And that's why you do it, because absolutely you can do whatever you want, right? What are the things that make that you don't want to do, like the things that you're not happy doing?
Dubbing.
I don't think anybody expected.
So fast it came. I really like, I don't know, dubbing.
Why? But
there are not many things that I don't like doing.
But now it's like sync sound, no, almost.
Yeah, but Sookshma was, it's been sync sound for a while. But Sookshma, probably because of that, it's been a while also since I've done dubbing. Though I did another web series and all, and that also dubbing was there. But dubbing is one thing I'm just like, oh, dub. It's not sync sound. Are we sure it was not sync sound? So yeah, I think one thing that I don't
Is dubbing. Is that a secret to kind of find happiness in doing? Is that a secret to that? Like to be able to find happiness in whatever you do?
No. See, when I'm like, I don't like it, but I anyways go and have fun.
Okay.
In the studio, anyways, I'm like, chata, matata, this thing and all. I'm having fun, but to get there, if it was left to me, I'll escape dubbing. But yeah, till I'm like really lazy to dub. Then what I don't like anybody waking me up from sleep. These only two.
And finally, you're like very happy to admit extrovert, right? And you're married to a very famous introvert. Yeah. How do you kind of balance that? Or is that how it should be? It works because it's like that.
I don't know. With me, like, Fahad's not an introvert at all.
At home.
Yeah. So how does it like really? No, it works. And like, there are days we choose to be introverts. There are other days we both choose to be extroverts. Like, there's a balance. Like, it's not fully like, yeah, obviously, like when he's sitting down in a public or more than 7 people in a room is a big party according to Fahadh.
Yeah.
So that way, yeah, he's in a smaller crowd and all, but he's not at all an introvert actually. If you ask friends and all, he'll always be the storyteller in our way. He'll be like, narrating stories when we are all sitting down and all. So yeah.
What's your favorite character of his?
Artist.
Artist, yeah, I love that.
I love artist-less character.
People should talk about that movie more.
Oh, I think that's one of his finest performances.
Yeah.
As an actor.
Yeah. You just started dating him that time also, no? Or just before?
No, I was supposed to. I was offered artist, but I was doing my 12th boards, I think. So I didn't do the film. And Chechi did a brilliant job. So no, we were not dating then. We used to call each other to appreciate each other's works as colleagues or once in a year or something.
After board exam.
Like that, maybe. We weren't dating then. But yeah, artist I think is... then I like Tondi Modalla character, I think the most.
Insane. Okay, looking forward to this movie. It'll be the fun Nazriya. It'll be the Nazriya Polita character.
Yeah, fun Nazriya is...
Always.
Comes with the package.
Yeah. What do you have to say to your Tamil fans?
My Tamil fans, oh my God, you guys are amazing. I don't know, like, sometimes I feel really guilty that, I've not done a film there in a long time. Like, I did Telugu and that came. But the amount of love that I've got from my Tamil fans, I really, really owe you guys a film soon. Sookshma definitely is,
22nd.
I think for everybody, in Tamil audience, everybody will connect to this film. It's a very important subject. That's why I'm so proud about this film. And it's a very relatable, easy breezy film. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Nazriya.
Thank you, Vishal. Nice meeting you.
Excited to watch this movie.
You should first day.
100%.